Well, howdy, y'all. Call me Reverend. And I tried to make a team around Mega Sharpedo. Like, I tried so hard. I didn't try hard at all. But I tried as hard as I'm willing to try at anything in my life. And, like, it didn't work out too well. This team's pretty bad. I guess it's not, like, it's not awful. It's pretty bad, but the reason for that, like, the linchpin of badness is that Mega Sharpedo is the worst Pokemon I've ever used in OU. Like, no contest, no fucking question. Like, I made a video about Mega Bayonet a week ago. Mega Bayonet is leagues better than Mega Sharpedo. Mega Sharpedo is fucking terrible. So I thought that I would go ahead and get that out of the way, like, at the top of the hour, so that it's not, like, entrapment, so that you don't come here thinking, oh, maybe a Mega Sharpedo did a goddamn thing, because Mega Sharpedo never does a goddamn thing. It doesn't do shit this battle, but when I still had, like, a twinkle in my eye, and hope in my heart that maybe a Mega Sharpedo could sweep a single team in OU, my thought process behind making a team around it started with Lore, Life Orb, Sheer Force, Conkeldurr, actually, which is a fucking amazing Conkeldurr set that nobody uses, which I guess is what makes it so good, because it operates under the assumption that the other person is just going to think that you're Assault Vest, because that's like the only Conkeldurr set anyone knows, so they'll switch their Clefables and Azumarill in thinking that they get a free switch, and then you just fucking eviscerate them with Sheer Force Poison Jab, which Conkeldurr learns for some reason, which just makes a Mega Sharpedo sweep much easier, and also, Life Orb Superpower does like fucking 65% or something ridiculous to Mega Scizor, which is just goddamn insane. So it ended up being probably the best Pokemon on this team. Other than the Garchomp, of course, but that, like, doesn't count. The Garchomp is actually here, like, okay. I tried to, like, disguise my basicness by being like, oh, the Garchomp is here because it's a double shark team, clearly, but we know the reason why Garchomp is here. Like, I don't actually like to think when I'm building a team, and it shows up because I'm the most basic bitch in OU, and then the Dragalge is actually here because I needed to switch into electric types, and I needed to switch into Keldeo specifically, and also, I thought that Toxic Spikes would really help Mega Sharpedo sweep bulkier teams. And it also gives me a way to deal with Mega Venusaur, because absolutely nothing else on this team can even touch it. And then Jirachi is here because everything on the team was really fucking slow, and everything got destroyed by Mega Gardevoir, so Choice Scarf, Iron Head Jirachi, easy peasy fit, and it also is able to trick the Choice Scarf onto Pokemon like Ferrothorn and make them much easier to wear down for Mega Sharpedo. And it also has Healing Wish, which is just the clutchest move in the game, and it helps bring in Garchomp and Conkeldurr at full health if I need them to, like, pivot into something late game, or just, like, take one strong hit. And then Suicune shows up because, okay, like, legitimately every time I make a team, I will have 5 Pokemon, and once I get to the 6th Pokemon, I'm like, oh, what problems do I need to fix? Oh, I get fucking clean swept by Weavile every time, so that is legitimately the only reason Suicune is on here. Suicune's a Pokemon that I've actually been using a lot in OU lately. It's a Pokemon that I feel like I should hate, because it's like, it's just really detestable, because you know exactly what it's going to do, but a lot of the time you can't really do anything about it. It's just going to be fucking Crocoon and set up Calm Minds on you for days, but something about this motherfucker just really speaks to me. Maybe it's the hair, maybe it's his cool, like, Pope hat, but I really enjoy some Suicune lately, and I'm actually going to go ahead and lead off with Slippyfop, because I thought that he was either going to lead with his Diancie or his Landorus, expecting me to lead with Garchomp, so I do just go ahead and fire off a Scald, which isn't going to burn, which is pretty unfortunate, but I do just get a free switch into Baby Mama Drama, who is going to take that Hidden Power Ice like a champ, and I'm going to go ahead and set up my Toxic Spikes, because I wanted to make sure to get those up before his Diancie Mega evolves, because it's going to be really useful wearing down his team. Just go out into 20XX. If this had been Baton Pass Mew, I just realized I would have gotten fucking destroyed. If he Baton Passed like a Nasty Plot into the Diancie or a Swords Dance into the Dragonite, I would have gotten swept as fuck. So even though I know that's not what happened, I just got like the retroactive Spook Sweats. I also dodged both of those Will-O-Wisps because I'm so good. And fun fact, he called me a piece of shit for that in the chat. So And that fact wasn't fun at all. I'm sad now. But I do end up with Slippyfop in against his Keldeo, and I am just going to rest off all the damage from that Secret Sword while he brings out his Landorus Therian. That was actually a really good play, because I go into Baby Mama Drama expecting him to go into his Raikou, but since he brings out his Landorus Therian, he just gets a free Stealth Rock while I'm forced to go back into Slippyfop, and the Raikou is going to come out now. And this motherfucker is like, okay, clearly he's not going to leave his water type in on the fucking Raikou, so he just Volt Switches off of me, but I pull the old switcheroo and just go for a Sleep Talk, which is going to roll the Calm Mind, which is fucking fantastic, especially because I end up waking up on this turn, so I can go ahead and rest off anything that Keldeo wants to do to me, but he is just going to switch out into his Raikou. But since I rolled the Calm Mind, I'm really not even like particularly agitated about a Thunderbolt at this point, so I do just stay in. But since I end up rolling a rest, I decide that I want to keep Slippyfop healthy, mostly just to deal with this dude's Diancie and Keldeo, so I do end up going out into Baby Mama Drama, which is what I should have done, like, fucking immediately, because obviously he's not going to be scared of anything from that Raikou, but I can just go ahead and fire off a Sludge Wave. He doesn't want to switch anything into that. He probably should have preserved his Raikou, honestly, but it is going to go down. And since that is pretty much all I need Baby Mama Drama for, like, he doesn't have any hazard removal, so the Toxic Spikes aren't going away, and his Raikou's dead, so I might as well go ahead and let it die to that Earth Power. And Slippyfop is going to come in. The only thing stopping me from getting, like, swept by this Diancie, since I don't have the Choice Scarf on 20XX anymore, and like a fucking soldier, Slippyfop is going to survive the Moonblast and roll Scald with Sleep Talk, and then go down, but since the Toxic Spikes are eating this Diancie up, I can just go ahead and bring out I'm Your Torpedo, go for the Protect on the Moonblast, and yo, nice kill, Sharpedo, you fucking made the dream come true. And then the Keldeo is going to come out. I know that that is Choice Scarf Keldeo because of the damage it was doing to Slippyfop, so I go for the double Protect, which actually works, and then I end up killing it with a Zen Headbutt, which no one expects, and that's legitimately only on this set for Keldeos, and I guess Venusaurs, but it's only going to do like 30% to Venusaur anyway. So I guess I'm Your Torpedo ended up doing more this match than I gave her credit for. I definitely should not have Mega Evolved there. Like, I knew that wasn't going to do any damage. I just needed it to do more than 0 to break its multi-scale, so I should have just tried to preserve my speed boost. That was pretty dumb, but I am just going to go into Come Unto Me, who is going to soak up that extreme speed and get me my extremely tactical turn 25 Stealth Rocks. And then I'm Your Torpedo is out against this Landorus Therian. What the fuck was that? You just like walk up and fart in my face with that fucking 83% Hydro Pump that doesn't even kill the Landorus Therian? Mega Sharpedo is so goddamn bad. Like, I just got so upset watching that again. But Ronda Rousey is going to go ahead and redeem this team by clinching that Landorus T-kill with the Mach Punch. I have no idea why I went into Come Unto Me on that Mew. Like, that was really dumb, because, like, if that had killed me, then I would have probably ended up getting swept by the Dragonite. But 20XX is just going to be able to soak up Psychics for days, and then go ahead and U-turn out into the power Ronda Rousey, who the only thing she accomplishes this battle is a bunch of Mach Punches, but I guess she ends up getting 2 kills from it. The really necessary 3% damage on that Mew. She is going to go down to this Dragonite, but since I still have Come Unto Me, I'm obviously just going to fucking destroy that Dragonite for attempting to do damage. How dare you? How insolent. And I don't know why I went for that Earthquake. I was thinking that I did that because I didn't want him to roost, but he was like outraging anyway. So perhaps I was just trying to be cute. Hey, shoutouts to 75 for having a % next to his name in the OU room. I don't know what that means. I can only assume that it means that he's got a big dick, because generally a cool person, probably a good dancer, and definitely a top tier avatar choice. So you may notice that this is exactly the same team, just with the Mega Tyranitar over the Mega Sharpedo. I was like, okay, what's a Mega Evolution that uses dark moves and wants the same Pokemon taken care of that Conkeldurr gets out of the way, because I don't want to make another team. And Mega Tyranitar was like at the top of the list. Mega Tyranitar is a Pokemon that like I want to say I like, and I'm still undecided on whether I like it or not, because I really like regular Tyranitar. It's definitely my favorite pseudo-legendary. I think it's got a really cool design. Mega Tyranitar is like the laziest design Mega Evolution, and it looks like fucking trash, but it's still fun to use, and it's really underrated. Which is strange to say that any form of Tyranitar is underrated, because Tyranitar is probably the best, like, non-mega, non-legendary Pokemon in the tier. and it's better than its Mega Evolution, but Dragon Dance Tyranitar is something that people... Dragon Dance Mega Tyranitar, rather, something that teams are generally pretty unprepared for. So, I wanted to change something about this team. I actually forgot to. I meant to change whatever the fuck Conkeldurr's last move was. I think it was Thunder Punch to deal with non-Mega Gyarados. I wanted to change it to Ice Punch to deal with bulky ground types, because switching out Mega Sharpedo for Mega Tyranitar actually gave me that weakness. I definitely forgot to do that. I had several opportunities to do that this battle, which I would have taken advantage of had I actually had that move, but I didn't, which was a real tragedy. But I am just going to go ahead and lead off with Slippyfop again, because this team is nice and weak to Suicune, which is what I like to see. And just go for the Scald immediately, don't get the burn, but go out into Baby Mama Drama. The beginning of this game played out exactly the same, switching Baby Mama Drama into an electric type that didn't get burned from the Scald by Slippyfop. That's pretty spectacular. And I do get fully parried. He calls the switch in to come onto me and goes out into Starmie, but 20XX is just going to be able to soak up anything except for the Hydro Pump that would have fucking destroyed me, but that doesn't end up happening. That U-turn was really dumb. That was like the easiest Garchomp switch of my life, and I went for the U-turn anyway, which gave me nothing. And then I fucked up. I meant to go out into Slippyfop. I accidentally misclicked and went into Come Unto Me, but it kind of worked out because I ended up getting my Stealth Rocks out. And since the Weavile is fucking horrifying, I need to go into Slippyfop. That's the reason Slippyfop, like, exists on this team, so it's nice that I actually got to take advantage of having it as a Weavile switch-in. And I go out into Baby Mama Drama on the Thundurus, sets up a nasty plot. This was really stupid. I should have gone for a Toxic Spikes, because I knew that he was that he was Life Orb, and that he was going to die from that, but I just go for the Sludge Wave anyway, for some reason. Like, oh, I hope he doesn't nasty plot again. Go out into Slippyfop, who is just going to rest off anything that this Garchomp wants to do, and I get Dragon Tailed out into There Goes Tokyo, which is like the worst thing I could have gotten Dragon Tailed out into, because I'm just going to need to go out into Ronda Rousey, and he does set up the Stealth Rocks, but he is not ready for the power. Ronda Rousey, Jesus fucking Christ, 81% to the Scizor, and since I run enough speed on her to outrun something, I think it's Belly Drum Azumarill, but the fucking point of the story is it's fast enough to outspeed, like, offensive Mega Scizor somehow, and go ahead and snipe it with a Mach Punch before it can snipe me with a Bullet Punch, and then just go ahead and let Baby Mama Drama die, so I can get a free switch into Slippyfop, because Slippyfop is not going to appreciate switching into a Earthquake at this point, especially because it doesn't have leftovers, and Slippyfop is not going to earn Mama's love this battle, unfortunately. Ends up rolling the Calm Mind, and then the rest, not a Scald either time, and I end up getting Dragon Tailed out. And at this point, definitely not going to be able to switch into the Weavile with like the 20% health or whatever the fuck it's going to have after coming in on Stealth Rocks. I missed the first Toxic, which was really bad, because at this point, if he had gone into like Weavile, that would have been super scary on the second Toxic, but I do end up just letting Slippyfop die to an Earthquake so I can get my switch into Ronda Rousey without her having to take an Earthquake on the switch. Go for a Superpower, and this Dragonite is not ready. Jesus Christ, 54% damage. Definitely not feeling too great after the Stealth Rocks, and I am just going to switch out into Come Unto Me, because at this point, this is like the only Pokemon left that I actually need to switch Come Unto Me into, and go ahead and take it out with the Rocky Helmet Rough Skin. Well, his own Garchomp is going to come out. 20XX is going to give me the Healing Wish, which is going to let me bring in Ronda Rousey once again at full health and get another kill with fucking Superpower. Like, what is her body count at this point? Good lord, like 3 plus whatever the fuck she's going to do to whatever Pokemon he can bring in at this point. Which I guess is nothing, because he's going to bring out the Weavile, and I'm obviously not going to be able to out-prioritize the Ice Shard, but, you know, that clean 10% that it needed to take. Going into There Goes Tokyo, I can only assume that he thought I was Choice Scarf Tyranitar, so he tries to knock off the Choice Scarf, but nah, no one is ready. Like, I guarantee you people just fucking forget that Tyranitar even has a Mega Evolution, because no one uses it, but I am just going to go ahead and get up the Dragon Dance. Definitely didn't think that I was going to be faster than the Weavile after that, but I end up being, and then I can go ahead and take out his Starmie with a Crunch, So obviously, really spectacular showing by the power Ronda Rousey that game. She just fucking slays. Good lord. At one point, Conkeldurr was one of my favorite Pokemon to use in OU. just because of the Assault Vest set. I'd like put it on every single team I made until pretty much every team ended up having like 3 guaranteed switch-ins to Conkeldurr, and it became really bad, but it just became one of my favorite Pokemon to use again, purely on the strength of this Life Orb Sheer Force set. And I'm really looking forward to using the team that Dennis EG made for me in the team building workshop thread, because I posted this core of There Goes Tokyo and Ronda Rousey, and he made a pretty dank looking team around it, so definitely super looking forward to ladder stomping with that.